Welcome back. Welcome back to the I'm So Great podcast. I am your host, Mso the Great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. Every time you see me, you understand that game plan, baby. You know what I said? We coming at you live from Relax Studios. As always, baby, here at Relax, man, the home of creativity and the home of your 420 pleasures. Anything that you want to be able to do. We like active people that like to get active. Let's play that game. All right. Thank y'all for coming. Look, we got a dope cat up here today, man. This guy is not only a cat that been doing a whole bunch through the scene, you know what I'm saying? But this is a cat that I consider family, a cat that I consider a friend, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to this guy, platforms have been built because of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Companies have been structured and built because of this guy. So it's an absolute pleasure to have him up here. You know what I'm saying? For my man Bryan Owens. Bryan Owens, Black Brands on. Let's go, my boy. Hey, baby. Hey, what's going on, champion?
Thank you for having me up here, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm happy that you on this joint with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy you up here with me.
This is a long time in the making. We've been trying to
man.
make this happen, and now we're finally able to bring it to y'all.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm telling you, so with my man right here, man, he let's just start to break down the resume just a little bit so you can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because I go back with this guy. All right. So not only is he a business developer leader out here when it comes to structuring, organizing, and helping companies to be able to, I like to call it curate their company because it's on so many different levels and so many different aspects when it comes to running a business. If you don't know, every entrepreneur out here, you understand that's the reason why you look so damn crazy and wow. You know what I'm saying? And I get you and I love you for it. Somebody need to hug you. And if they don't hug you, here's the hug from them. So, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a tough game, man. You know what I'm saying? And my man is one of them guys. He works for an organization called Black Brand. Black Brand is out here. They're a nonprofit. They're really helping us to be able to make sure that Virginia is a great place and Virginia is a beneficial place for when it comes to starting businesses. You know what I'm saying? My man, you know what I mean? So we're going to be doing business and everything like that. We also got a Coffee and Connect that we're going to do a drop for as well because the Coffee and Connect is a dope thing. And if you're running businesses, you need to be a part of that. Definitely.
Critical.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But when it comes to my man, you know what I'm saying? I know that you got a lot of things in your pockets. I didn't even say you were an artist and all this stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of things in your pocket. When it comes to Black Brand and when it comes to Virginia, what do you Black Brand really want Virginia to know about them?
So Black Brand wants Virginia and specifically the 757.
Let's go.
To know that we are your Hampton Roads Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, which means we wage war against the wealth gap.
Ooh.
There's a wealth gap in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We wage war against that gap to try to narrow the wealth gap and give opportunities, education, and hands-on help to the entrepreneurs who need it the most, who can grow and scale their businesses and hire people that look like you and me, hire from within the community, strengthen businesses. So a lot of the businesses that we've helped, you guys know about, you guys seen in the community doing their thing. And, hopefully we get Relax through here eventually as well.
Hey, look, Relax are a huge fan of Black Brand, and we're going to do whatever it takes to be able to slide that way as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very beneficial organization. So when it comes to what you do for Black Brand, what do you exactly do for Black Brand?
So specifically, I'm program manager of Black Brand. The program that I have the responsibility and the honor of running is called B-Force Accelerator.
B-Force.
So it's a small business accelerator. Accelerators were created originally for like tech companies, right? So that the tech company could get the resources, the education, and most importantly, access to the capital that they wanted. And it's beneficial for the investors too, because they get to see companies develop, get them at an early stage, and know that they've gotten certain education, that they've gotten certain hands-on experience.
Yeah.
So that's why accelerators were developed. So companies like Ring came out of Accelerator. Companies like DoorDash came out of accelerators. Really, like a lot of the tech companies you use day to day came out of accelerators. And accelerators are a big deal, especially over there in Silicon Valley. What we did is we took the tech accelerator model, but we brought it to where our folks need it most. So Main Street, nonprofits, online businesses, brick and mortar businesses, we're industry agnostic. We took that tech accelerator model that's built some of your favorite companies and brought it right to the community.
Oh man, that's absolutely
So
yeah.
basically, with B-Force, 12-week business development program. If you're entered into B-Force, if you apply and are accepted, which by the way, B-Force is at no cost to the business owner whatsoever.
Free for you.
You will not be opening your wallet to be a part of B-Force. You will have to give your dedication and tenacity, though, to be a part of B-Force. In exchange, you'll get hands-on interviews with experts teaching you aspects of business from creating sales funnels to creating sustainable business models. And then we pour $15,000 worth of resources into each and every company. So that's free time with our team of Black business attorneys who will write contracts for you, review contracts, create waivers for you if you need. Make sure that the contracts that you're in are doing what you think they do. That means you'll get free access to our team of Black CPAs who are going to review your books and bring your books up to standard. We're talking about 2 years, month over month profit and loss documents, cash flow statements, balance sheet. I mean, we can get as nerdy as you want into this business stuff. This is what I do. The CPAs will create the clean documents that you'll need to be able to walk up to an investor or walk up to a bank and be able to access capital. In addition, you'll have free access to web developers who will build you a website from the ground up.
Wow.
Graphic designers, get a new logo, branding experts, pitch development experts. So you can come out here and win pitch money, or you can just pitch your business better, get more sales, make more revenue, the stuff we all want to do. And at the end of the 12 weeks, we make sure that you have a strong banking relationship, because the worst time to find out what it takes to get capital and who you can ask, the worst time to do that is when you need it.
Oh, yeah.
You need to build that relationship today so that when you need money in 15 months, you need just a little bit of capital, because then your company can take this big step, get this big contract. You already need to have a good relationship with that person. You already need to know what it's going to take. So we ensure that that happens for you as well.
That's fantastic. Man. That's fantastic. And all this is absolutely free. It's a blessing, is what it is. It's a blessing what you guys are able to pull off, on the things that you guys are able to help the community with. I've seen people come in there with no clue what they're trying to do, no clue. They just have ambition and they got drive and they have an idea. And from that, they were able to create things, they were able to get locations, be able to get representation. You see people out there. My business partner herself done went through the accelerator. She is doing absolutely fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Kayla.
Create and Elevate, definitely. Yeah. Shout out to Kayla. You know what I'm saying? She's doing fantastic and all that, man. It's a great thing. It's an absolutely great thing. So let's talk about this Coffee and Connect that we about to do.
Yeah.
Man. Come on, man.
So Coffee Connect, July 11th. If you've heard anything I said today and you want to learn more about it, July 11th, come here to WeLax from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're having a Coffee Connect. That's a networking event where we get together, we group source some solutions to some of the problems we're having, and we provide opportunities and resources. The program that I described is just one of many programs that Black Brand has, right? For B-Force Accelerator, in order to get in this program, you have to be a business that's been established for 2 years. There are like certain requirements. We have other programs like Surge Community Business Academy, where maybe you're doing the thing, like you're doing your art, or you're selling the clothes, or you're catering already, or you're consulting already, but you haven't quite launched. You haven't done the LLC. You haven't built out like a business structure. You don't have a business model yet. Or maybe you're still in the idea phase, right? What we call the ideation phase. Maybe you're just thinking about it and you know you can do it. Surge Community Business Academy is for them. We have a program called Women Who Lead to help women who are in male-dominated industries like construction, electrician, plumber, to help them develop their trades and then get a government contract at the end of that program. So if you want to learn about anything, any of these things that I'm talking about, come to the Coffee Connect. That is where we provide solutions to people. You are the people. The solutions are here. Come and get them. WeLax, 11 a.m., July 11th. Let's, drink some coffee and connect.
And that's Relax. It's 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk. If you're in Norfolk, Virginia around that time, man, come soak up some information. You could be from out of town and still soak up this information. This is a resort place. People be in and out this place all the time. And if you're picking up on it, you need to just slide through and come get that information. I guarantee you those resources will transcend if you are able to behave in the way that you're supposed to behave.
And the people can't see, but like there's beautiful art on this wall. There's like incredible, trippy, like intriguing arts all over the wall. They have balloon structures. There's a movie theater to my left. Like you think I'm like making something up, but nah, there's a real life movie theater over here to my left. So like I know y'all can't see it right now, but July 11th, you'll know what it looks like.
Fantastic, fantastic, man. Because I mean, all we do is have a good time. Relax is that type of place where we like to build and, enjoy yourself. And what we're about to do here is about to make sure that businesses and people who want to be in business and anybody who just want to get some resources can get them bad boys. That's absolutely fantastic, my boy. All right, so look, you with Black Brand and everything. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing the Black Brand thing for a while. You're moving, you're shaking. What kind of ambitions do you have for Bryan next, man?
That's a good question, actually. So number one, I definitely want to put more focus on to what me and my partner Toon are doing. Some of y'all know him as Ronan, but Chris Toon out there.
Shout out to Toon.
Yeah, man. RVG management. We have been leaning more into the tech space lately. I have a little background in tech. From when I had the company Secret Chord, and music management, making sure that we still are supporting the culture. Like no matter what, I've had to keep one foot or at least a toe in music. I tried to walk away completely a few times in my life, and like I can't do it and stay sane. So like sometimes I have a whole leg in the music, sometimes I have a foot in the music, sometimes I have a toe in the music, but like I have to stay connected in order to keep my sanity. That has been a real theme throughout my life. So like prepared to see that continue to bloom. A lot of the folks have been to our Something in the Water kickoff shows that we've done in the past. We've had other events as well, and we've always had the community in mind, man. The last Something in the Water kickoff show, we had Q5 out there and just gave him an award of love for being the man he is in the community.
Shout out to Q5, man.
We
bounce back king over there. You know what I'm saying?
Bounce back king, bro. So yeah, man, we want to make sure that we always have our thoughts in mind on the culture and on this community specifically.
Fantastic. That Q5, we were at that event that y'all gave that man his flowers like that. And that man went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? That man went through a lot, but he did a lot in this community. And he still continues to do a lot in this community, still continues to do a lot when it comes to music. And that's just a dope thing that you were able to give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing.
Q5 is like the perfect example of servant leadership. Like all he does out here is give of himself and give of himself. Like how many people have had such a consistent impact on the spoken word community, on the underground music community, who has been this consistent with a lot of people have started things, fell off, started a new thing, and that second thing fell off, all while Q kept repeatedly showing up for the community. So it was like no way. Me and Toon had a meeting or two about it, and it was like there's no way that we're not going to recognize someone that deserves to be recognized at this level.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot, man. Shout out to the boy, man. Shout out to the boy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like what you and Toon are doing at the same time, man. I'm the artists that you guys have, you know what I'm saying? Shaolin is just absolutely fantastic. I was listening to some, and it's crazy because her music moves and it's like it changes. You know what I'm saying? It changes. You can tell her development. You can tell her growth. You're listening to her grow as you know what I'm saying. It's a really dope thing that y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I like when y'all was working with G. You know what I'm saying? G is the homie. You know what I mean? I love G music. I love G style.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? She just it's crazy, man, because she just has that she just has this beautiful softness, but she tough than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love
That's
about her.
exactly
You know what I'm
what it
saying?
is.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her and Diamond, man. You know,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. Shout out
people.
to Diamond too. Yeah,
That's
and you
people.
know, shout out to like the folks who are just around, even though they hadn't like had contracts signed. Shout out to
Mhm.
Monet. Shout out to Paige
Oh,
Joyner.
oh,
Like, you know what I'm
Paige,
saying?
yeah,
We all hopped on a plane and went to London together to go perform in the UK. Like
yeah,
that was
man,
so. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to the
yeah.
757. Y'all know who y'all are.
I rock with Paige too. Paige Joyner, you know what I'm saying? Paige style is crazy. Her voice is crazy. She got that raspy like gutterness, but it's beautiful at the same time. You feel so much pain through that joint, but at the same time, you feel every drop of love that she gives. I like emotional artists. You know what I'm saying? Artists who can make you feel something. That's just a aspect of artistry that I feel like is dying, and I think it's going to die even more the more we go into AI, unless we can create a system that is compelling enough to be able to transcend human emotion
Hmm.
through music as well, and not just trying to make sure that they're going with the algorithm or the rhythm of what's being played and put out. If that can happen, then I think we're in some trouble. You know
So
what I'm saying?
okay, so number one, real quick, Paige Joyner is actually from the UK, so that
Oh,
was a homecoming show for her. Two, people are wondering like what's going to happen if AI starts like really putting out music, really putting out content. I want to let everyone know you don't have to worry about what is going to happen. AI currently has more content out on the internet than human beings. So you don't have to worry about what's going to happen. It's happened.
it's
It's
all.
happening right now. Right now, there is more video, audio, pictures, and typed word online that's been developed by AI more than what humans have done during the entirety of the internet. We've already crossed that line. There's already more AI stuff than human stuff. So you've been listening to AI music without a doubt in my mind. Without a doubt in my mind, while you're wondering if AI music will take over, you've been jamming AI music in your car at home while you're cleaning up. That is a fact. It
That's
has happened to you.
oh man, that's something to think about. Cause you like they would have had to roll it out somewhere. They would have to roll it out somewhere. And I would think the perfect place to roll it out would be record labels. You get record labels to sign on. Record labels have big artists that they pump out music all the time and stuff. So they just say, hey, let's try this system. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
when I had a music tech company, I was in an accelerator myself called Google. It was a Google accelerator called Project Music. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee once a month for a week for an entire year. So 12 weeks spread out over 12 months. During this accelerator, everybody who's in it is specifically music tech. It's a
Okay.
whole group of music tech entrepreneurs. This is when I had a company called Secret Chord Laboratories, where we created tools based on the neuroscience of music enjoyment. So we're in this group with nothing but music tech entrepreneurs, and labels are showing up every single day. Every single day, they want to know us, they want to meet us, they're taking private meetings with all of us because Napster came through and stole the music industry's lunch, and they were completely unprepared. They 100% learned their lesson. They were at this accelerator because they were like, that will never happen again.
No.
That will never happen again. The next Napster, we're going to know about it before it's big. We're going to buy it. So yeah, they are on the cutting edge. They're not being swept away by this shit. This is not what's happening. They are on it. They are with it. They are engaging, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, so which artists who hits that we've been rocking to was generated artists weren't even in the studio. They just got sent the link, you know what I'm saying? Got sent the file. And they're like, damn, I rocked that joint. You know what I'm saying? Now I
So
gotta learn it
that's what
before.
I don't know. I don't know which artist. I don't know for exactly how long. I can't tell you the exact date it started, but definitely know that like it's like if there was a brand new weapon that was created, right?
Yeah.
Guaranteed the USA has, even if it wasn't invented in the USA, guaranteed they're gonna get it.
Yeah. Come on, man. You know, damn.
Yeah.
Come on, cutting edge.
Yeah.
We're cutting edge people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have it first.
So I don't know which artist, but I'm sure that in a year or maybe even less, an artist will get outed and we'll all be talking about it.
I wonder how they're gonna play it off, because I mean, yes, you can have AI music. Yes, you can have, but who gonna perform? Are they live performances?
Listen,
still have
there's video of Kanye West right now. He already has an AI version of his voice. There's video of Kanye taking reference tracks from singers, from other writers, and then just putting his AI voice on it rather than him singing it. He just changes that singer's voice to his voice using AI so he can hear how it would sound. Then he goes in and performs it if he likes the way his voice sounds singing it.
That's crazy, man.
So, and there's video of that. Like, I'm not an insider with that. There's video. So people are going to use AI in all sorts of ways. Sometimes I'm sure they'll do it straight from AI to your ears. Other times I'm sure they'll let like AI write the song and then they'll change a few words and then go perform it. So it's going to be somewhere in the chain of creativity, though.
Yeah, I'm just seeing how they're going to roll out live performances. Because if you got AI, if you have an AI artist, do they have to be attached to a real person?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And for real, if you can generate enough online attention, then like you won't have to live tour with that artist. The money will be coming in. If the artist doesn't exist and it's just like the owner who has complete control of what's happening, like I'm sure they'll be making enough money without live touring.
I'm just because it end up being like jingles after a while. How jingles be? You don't have to tour for a jingle,
and they'll still get live show money because if the song is popular enough, then bands will cover it. And technically, bands are supposed to be paying when they use that cover. They still have to pay certain rights. I mean, obviously that doesn't always happen, but at the bigger shows that happens, at the bigger cover shows that are huge or televised or something like that, where it's on radio or televised, then like they'll get paid from live music.
They'll get paid because I mean, you think about it, because I'm sitting back. I know that NBA YoungBoy didn't perform for like 2 years, or something like that. He was locked up. He wasn't performing. He was on house arrest, and he was going crazy online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was going crazy online. So I just wonder how would it truly affect the music industry, especially when it comes to. I've already seen Tupac holograms perform.
That's right.
You know what I'm
saying? That was a
saying?
while ago.
That was a minute ago. That was
think about how much better it probably looks today.
Come on, man. That probably was pre-pandemic when they were doing that. You know what I'm saying? So today, so you can really have an artist. You can, all right, think about it like this. Alvin and the Chipmunks back in the day and shit. You know what I'm saying? You a kid. You love Alvin and the Chipmunks. You getting Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas joints and stuff like that. Imagine if you could pull up to an Alvin and the Chipmunks show and there's Alvin and the Chipmunks in the
they would have sold out.
Man, come on,
they would have sold out arenas.
Alvin
and go do your Googles. Alvin and the Chipmunks were huge in the music industry as far as popularity of music, making money in music. Go do your Googles.
They were the Cartoon Jacksons, man. They were the Cartoon Jacksons. I'm telling you, they rock everything that. And it was crazy. All you had to do was really speed up a song.
That's all they did.
And it's an Alvin and the Chipmunks type of song and stuff. And now you can have literal just Alvin and the Chipmunks on stage, because that was back. Holograms was back then. I can't even imagine what you can do nowadays with things. You know what I'm saying? I saw that they damn near got the mask that you put the mask on and you look like a person and all this stuff. Like,
bro, give it 5 years. Kids will every kid will be wearing smart glasses, maybe like 10, 15 years. Give it some time. Kids will wear smart glasses that will have AR, right? Augmented reality, where you see digital things, but overlaid on your real world, right? All the kids will have them. They'll be able to go to an Alvin and Chipmunk show. They'll sit in a theater and they'll see them on stage as clear as they see it, and their mom right next to them, who also had to buy a ticket.
VR is real.
But the VR thing is going to change. Imagine you have trouble getting your kid to read, and your kid loves Black Panther. You'll just be able to throw VR goggles on him. Black Panther will appear in the living room and say, "Hey, Timmy, let's go over here to your bookshelf and pick out a book and read together." Right? And the computer can already see words and read them. ChatGPT can do that right now. You can point your phone at something and say, "ChatGPT, read this to me." And they can do that today. That's already happening.
GPT
Yeah, you can point your camera. You can put your camera at it at anything and be like, "Yo, describe to me what you see, and if there's any words or signs, read them."
Man,
Currently, you can do that. So when Prince T'Challa's like, grab a book from that bookshelf over there and let's read it together. And then can sit down and open up the book and actually read it with him. And if he's struggling with the word, help him in real time. No, CH makes the ch sound.
Oh, man.
Like, bro, that's the future that we're going to be able to see. We're going to see that happen. That's not too far. We're going to watch that. We'll witness that and then come back to this podcast this day so I can get my credit for that.
Man, that's, you know what, that take me to, man, dating is gonna be crazy. If you got glasses that you can put on, and your person could be any person that I'm like, yo, that's absolutely insane, yo. That's just how
I watched Gary Vaynerchuk like a month or two ago. He said everybody that's in this room, he was like in a big arena or a big venue, and he's like, everybody that's in the room, their children will date somebody who's not real. They will date an AI droid, AI digital figure that will talk to them in real time, that will hop on screens with them. Like, he said, your children will definitely date a non-human in this AI future.
That's probably the future. I mean, the next wave for real. The next wave, AI dating. The next wave, because people don't even know how to talk to each other already. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want to. And if you got somebody who can just, their algorithm can fix to the way that you behave, and man,
listen, man, 10% of people dating right now, like most of their interaction has happened digitally, right? Through text, through phone call. If you're in a long distance and y'all hop on like Zooms together or like something like that and like do dinner and stuff. So there's a percentage of people that are currently only experiencing romance digitally. Currently, today, that's already happening. Now, all we got to do is replace the other end with somebody who will always be nice to you no matter what, never disrespect you. Like, yes, our children will definitely date some AI shit.
Then that's gonna be the end of existence. What the fuck?
It's gonna slow it down.
It's
gonna slow it down. Yeah, having kids will like not be a thing that everybody does.
So. I mean, how would you? You wouldn't even know how to talk to a real person no more. A real person wouldn't know how to talk to you anymore. If everything that you address just appeases you, how can you have a real interaction with anybody?
There are a lot of people say that we're there today, that like we're already at a space where people don't know how to talk to people now. Like, especially some of the younger generations who were more screen raised. They're saying like they already don't know how to engage. So yeah, just take that and multiply it. That's what's happening.
That's crazy.
Just follow the trend all the way up into an exponential function. Like, yeah, that's what's happening.
So with AI being so intense with the capabilities, I mean, right now we're just talking about the base level capabilities because a lot of people got shit hidden and ain't even released out into the public. I can't imagine how Elon crib actually is. You know what I'm saying? How much shit, and you know what I'm saying, he got in his actual house when it comes to stuff like that. But when it comes to AI being powerful, how do you manage a music artist in this type of climate?
Woo. That's a good question, man. I think that it's an ever-changing landscape. So, you have to evolve and adapt with the changes. Number one, you have to know what's happening. That's step one. Stay abreast of what is happening. Like, I feel like you should do that no matter what. But definitely, if you're going to be in business at all, specifically if you're going to be in the music business, the business of music, just stay abreast of what is happening. Even if you are anti-AI, even if you think that it is the devil, if the devil was walking around, we're in Norfolk right now. If the devil was on Brambleton, I would want an app that just tracks so we're not in the same place at the same 100%, time. 100%. So even if you hate it, be aware and make sure you follow what's happening. Yeah. That's the main thing. Start there. Everything else will bloom from there.
Yeah, because being an artist, man, it gets a little scary to understand how you're going to be paid in the future for real if they can use AI for all of those resources. I can understand them wanting to be able to buy I won't even say the rights anymore. It's like buy your algorithm.
Yeah, so I think I think you're on the right track. I think the future of this is like the music contracts used to be about records, right? Like this is back in like when records were actually on wax. Music contracts are about records. Then as things evolved, it was like, okay, well, I see that rappers are getting into clothing and getting into drinks and using their celebrity and leveraging it towards actual products. So now a record contract is 360. Now it's about like all the money that you bring in right now with your celebrity. I think in the future, it's going to be owning your IP, like the essence of you, the way you look, the way you sound, like your inflections. The contract will be about that then. Like, so it'll be in there and, sign that everybody's in a different situation. If your mother's dying of cancer and you need something to pay her medicine and it's only $50,000 and the record company's offering you $200,000, you got to do what you got to do. But like, for everyone who's not in an emergency situation, get a lawyer to read the contract. For your own preview, upload the contract to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free. You can get an account at OpenAI, upload the contract, and then start asking it questions. How long do they own my music according to this contract?
That's great fucking advice, man.
Do I ever get my rights back? Can I perform when I want? Can I do features with whoever I want? What things can they say no to me about? Just like regular questions, but always get a lawyer. If you don't know where to find a lawyer, come to the Coffee Connect July 11th because we got a lot of lawyer contacts, a lot of great attorneys that are right here in Norfolk.
That's a dope segue right there too. That's what I'm telling you, man. Because that right there, because number one, that information was somebody right there gonna owe you a check. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. Hey, if you take this information and you blow up from you owe my man a phantom.
I'm 6'3" with curly hair. You can't miss me. I'm in Norfolk and Virginia Beach constantly. Please come tap me on the shoulder if you have that check.
Hey, big time, man, big time. So, all right, so music. We back on this music thing because I mean, we got a music bond here. You know what I mean? We both have been artists for a long time. I mean, I came to your shows back in the day when you was with the special guests.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? What's the homie name? He was just fucking here too. You can Pat.
Pat.
You know what I'm saying? The homie Pat and shit. And it's, I be talking to Pat because I really be trying to motivate him to get back into his creativity and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He a little grumpy and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
exactly
my man. You know what I'm saying? You need to be creating, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You need to be creating and all that stuff.
Yeah, that boy had talent.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the way he spit, you know what I mean? I like the way he spit. He breaks it. He has a abstract type flow.
Yeah,
but I'm saying it's a real functional thing, though, at the same time. You know what I mean? So when it comes to music right now, my boy, who are you rocking with? Who is besides shout out your artists.
Yeah.
But who are you rocking with too?
So who am I rocking with right now at the my stuff is such a mix. I'm still bumping that new Bad Bunny album. I don't even know if I can call it new anymore. Like I think once it's out for 2 months, we're not allowed to call stuff new. But that Bad Bunny album, man, he is really bridging the generations in Puerto Rico. Like my mother's generation that like invented salsa music and like this current reggaeton forward scene that's happening. He's really bridging the gap on that. So I've definitely been playing that. And then, man, I still have a lot of older stuff in the mix, man. I listen to a lot of Stove God. I don't know if you listen to Stove God.
You put me on the Stove God.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? Yeah, you put me on the Stove God. Yeah.
I definitely rock
part
with
of
him.
Crescendo and shit.
He was like associated with them. Yeah, he does a constant collaborator and stuff. He's gonna be on the new Clips album. I heard the new Clips album. I've definitely been banging that new Clips. Crazy.
You know, I ain't even caught up on that.
The whole album ain't dropped. I think it dropped 7-11, but like they've dropped 2 singles, and then they're gonna have Nas, Kendrick, and Stove God on the album.
Okay, I seen they've been dropping content. I'm happy them boys back together.
Come on,
you know,
VA is back.
I'm happy them boys back together. Look, look at what's going on at VA right now. We got Mike Vick coaching Norfolk State.
Can we talk about it though?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and have a happy belated birthday to Vic. I just seen he had a dope birthday party. But yo, Michael Vick coaching Norfolk State.
Legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like, legendary.
We got the Clips. We got
the Clips are about to have album of the year.
Come on, man.
The Clips are about to have album
you
of the year.
You know they are, man.
While Mike Vick is coaching in NSU right down the street.
And I really want to hear how Push and Malice really bring this thing back together. Malice went to and did and got his spiritual game in. He got a different type of influence. His flow became a little more, I won't say spiritual, but soulful. You know what I'm saying? His flow became a little more soulful, but it's still cold the way he delivered the joint, though. It's damn near like he's saying the same stuff he was saying back in the day because his energy is like that. You know what I'm saying?
I always felt Malice going in that spiritual direction, man. If you go back even and listen to the Clips' very first album, where they on the cover with Jesus in the back of the whip, driving through Virginia Beach, if you listen to Malice on every single song, somewhere within the 16, he will make like a biblical reference or a reference to God somewhere. Like somewhere within, he'll talk about asking forgiveness for the dope he's moving, or he'll just use a biblical reference to make a punchline. But every single song, go back, this is the Clips challenge, go back to that first Clips album and listen to every Malice verse. Within the 16, there will be a reference to something biblical or something spiritual. So he was always there, but he was always just super nice with it too.
Man, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna rock with it because I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't really pick that up because I was banging, you know what I'm saying? I was out here, and you know what I mean? So the motivational music, I was just like, you know what I mean? I ain't catch all that. It went above, it went right over there. You know what I'm saying? When it came to that, man.
Nah, but that's why I fuck with them so hard, because when they spit, man, everything touches who it's supposed to touch. The lines that are supposed to, the feel, the tone are supposed to touch, the streets are touching that. The lines that are supposed to be touching, the intellectuals are touching that. The lines are supposed to be touching the spiritual folks are touching that. Like, it's so layered, and everybody appreciates it from different angles. That's why I appreciate the music, because it's rich. I would say, like, it's richly developed.
Fantastic, man. That's why, and I'm happy they bringing lyricism back, because if y'all know about the Clips, them boys, they're the Clips for a reason. They got a whole Maggie for you, 16, and it's gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boys. All right, so you rocking with Bad Bunny, you rocking with the Clips, you know what I'm saying? You rocking with Stove God. How about some local artists that you're into right now?
Oh man, so I'm always listening to local artists. I'm wearing the Made in Norfolk joint right now. Shout out A Driver.
Man. Shout out to Amiri, man.
So I listen to everything local. Like, I really listen to everything local constantly. I'm constantly, not only the music artists, but the DJs as well. Like, there's crazy DJ movement that's coming out of 757 right now. And I'm listening to these long at your mixes be like hour and a half, 2 hours. I am listening to your mixes. I always have my ear on 757. That's very important to me.
That's what I'm talking about. Damn, but you got to plug me into some of these DJs as well, because what I want to start doing.
Shout out Durag, shout out Joe Froxy. Always shout out Gabe when we talking about DJs. Yeah. Even shout out Diamond coming in, man. Diamond and making her way into this game too.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my DJ Doomsday.
Yes,
shout
sir.
Out to the boy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, VA got some hot boys, man. Shout out to Sober as well.
Oh,
Sober
yeah. I see Sober all over the place lately.
You know what I'm saying? Sober be rocking with them Antidote boys, man. They, you know what I'm saying? This shows we lit up. Sober got a whole bunch of crazy energy, man. Shout out to Anecdote as well. I love this whole VA movement of what we're creating in this art industry right now. Virginia is starting to have an art industry, and it's something that is just blowing everybody's mind, because we know as artists how hard it was to even just get a show for real. You know what I mean? How much money you had to pay to get attention. Now, you could be a music artist, you could be a painter, you could be a fashion designer, you could be a model, you got gigs, you got things going on. I love what's happening in Virginia right now, my man. And so,
I feel like a lot of the artists from our era they ended up staying in the creative lane, right? Like I got the Made in Norfolk joint on. I'm also in your brick and mortar location, bro. Like you stayed within the creative lane. You have creatives here. There's creativity on the wall right now. Like there are musicians in and out of here regularly. I met a rapper last time I was here.
You know.
So all the artists, like they stayed in the creative lane and somehow persevered. Like there's artists all over 757 who are doing something creative and have been able to develop careers out of that. Like I remember when Ronan was dropping 16s on me all the time. Now this boy's developing tech, right? Like all the artists found a way, and it's just something about the tenacity and the grind of artists from 757, man. They make it happen. I'm about to go cop some flamingo socks mad soon.
I'm about to say, what? Hey, shout out to Flamingo Socks, yo. I love that line. 100%. I love that line. Yeah. Flamingo Socks is off the chain. I got a Flamingo Socks shirt that say vegan, and they got a weed leaf where the A supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So shout out to Flamingo Socks.
Bro, I'm like an eighth of the business owners that come through our programs, like I know back from the music scene. Like they were like, yo, didn't you perform out on like when they shut down the street for First Fridays in downtown Norfolk? And I was like, yeah, that was us.
Yeah, man. Like, shout out to Flow Wonder too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Flow Wonder.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Damn, you know what I'm saying? He a part of the whole what was just saying, Flamingo Socks line is him and his woman, him and his lady. They do Flamingo Socks. Shout out to them as well, because in Virginia, man, it's hard to really make things happen. And the fact that we got a ground where things are becoming something. And I know that back in the day, y'all were pushing hard for this. When it comes to a lot of things that are going on, I mean, you behind a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even when it comes to financiers that are looking for people to be able to finance into this industry.
Yeah.
A lot of people come through you, and that's because you stay consistent, not only with being a creative, but being a business creative. You know, being a business creative is the best way to be a creative, because you can own your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%, man. So for creatives out there, especially, like, don't believe the lie that there's a left brain and right brain people, and there's some people who are meant to just like paint and draw and sing, and there are other people who are meant to do math and spreadsheet and be business. Listen to me. If you can write a song, you can write a business plan. That song didn't exist on earth. You divined it, it came through your mind, and now it is something that exists on earth. That's exactly how business plans are created. That's exactly how businesses are created. Your creativity doesn't limit you to painting and drawing and skating, right? You can take that same energy. That's what I learned, is that you can take that exact same energy and you can create businesses. You can create opportunities. You can create solutions for some of the problems that you're seeing every day, some of the problems that you're describing in your paintings and your songs and your poetry. Those same problems that you're so acutely aware of and have been low-key studying, even if you haven't called it studying, that you've been studying for years, you can create solutions for those things with the same energy that you're creating 16 bars about them. That's a fact.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Being able, because you got to understand that discipline will transcend fields. If you have a discipline, your discipline is creating, and your discipline is creating lyrics. These are words. Man, come on, man. That will transcend into other things if you give it the opportunity to. I think being a front man can transcend it for you, because all the stuff that you are front man for now, you know what I mean, when it comes to business, you know.
That's true, man. I think being a front man for a band definitely prepared me for a lot of the things that I have to be a front man for right now. You understand what it is to be a front man, both in like show and like what it is on the inside, you know, the game within the game, the game upstairs. You learn people, you learn how to interact and engage and what makes people move and react. And like a lot of those same tools I use now. And bro, when I was in that Google Accelerator, people used to introduce me and be like, hey, this is Bryan. He came from battle rap into neuroscience. It's how they used to introduce
from battle rap into neuroscience. That damn. That's a way to get introduced, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, so all right, so in Virginia, we got so many different things going on with this. I mean, with business and all that. What is something that you would like to see develop here that you see that isn't here as of yet?
What I would like to see here that isn't here as of yet is the interconnectedness between the opportunities, interconnectedness between the organizations and the people and the resources, right? Like in every city, I could tell you about something that's very dope happening there, whether it's like one of the illest music movements I've seen that's bubbling up in Suffolk, or whether it's a crazy business resource in Norfolk where you can walk in and talk to an attorney for 3 hours about your legal questions, right?
Yeah.
But the people don't know about both of those things,
No.
and those things don't even know about each other. So the interconnectedness is what I would like to see. There's enough individual movements occurring in the 757 to make it everything that everybody's been talking about for 20 years that it could be. What you need for that, the ingredients for that to happen, already currently exist here right now. I think it's the interconnectedness that was missing. If a few crews connected from the different city, if a few resource organizations connected from the different cities, if a few creative organizations interconnected between the different cities, it would be everything that we wanted to be. It would be this thing that we keep on talking about that we always say Atlanta had, and then LA had, and New York had at first. It would be all of those things. For my business people, it would be what they had in Buffalo and what they obviously have out in Silicon Valley and all other. That's what they would have in the Tech Triangle in North Carolina. Like it could be that, it could be these things we see, but like the interconnectedness, being able to actually go out and meet people with the intentionality of putting ego aside and making something bigger than yourself and whoever you're working with. That's the thing I want to see.
So it's basically just really a community. All the communities coming together to be able to support each other in every facet, to make sure that we really don't have to go anywhere else when it comes to this.
Man, at least a few, even if everybody doesn't kumbaya, we do utopia. Man, 3 or 4 powerful groups, 3 or 4 powerful organizations that all have pool in different areas of the 757 coming together, man, that's a more powerful thing than I think we're imagining and seeing inside our minds.
Yeah, man, because I'm figuring out how to be able to pull something like that off. Because really, I mean, everybody goes to different type of conventions and stuff like that. The only thing is they just don't cross. You don't have people in the arts industry that are really going to those finance conventions. You don't really have those people in those finance conventions that are coming to anything in the art industry like that. So that makes a lot of sense.
People all stick around each other, and I don't know why you would stick around people who do. Like I do understand why you would be around people who do what you do, because you want to sharpen and all of that, and you want to be around that same type of energy. But like, think about it. If we build in a house and I'm like, yo, go grab 55 architects and we're gonna go build this house. Like, nah, bro. We need 1 or 2 architects, right? We need people who can run the electricity. We need people who can set up the plumbing. We need a whole crew that just does drywall. We need a crew that understands the safety portion of this. We wouldn't go build a house and just get 100 architects and nobody else. So you can't sit in a room with 12 rappers and figure out how to build the biggest label then, in the same way that you can't sit in a room with 50 architects and actually end up with a house.
That's true, because, and when you think about it, you come into a label to invest in, and a label is nothing but a finance company. But one thing that you didn't do was build a relationship with finance companies. So you don't even know what they want. You don't know what their needs are. You don't even know what the competition is even offering for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
If the label, let's say you're not a huge artist, right? Let's say you're not nationally known yet. You have a little buzz here. A label is only going to offer you a little bit of money. They're going to offer you something from like 5 to 50,000 up front if you're like still a younger, less known artist. And then they might commit to spending a certain amount on you. They may. A lot of the times they don't even say what they're going to do. They'll just say, trust us, we'll do it. This is about what you owe us. But let's say they do commit to spending an amount of money. It's also going to be small. So if this whole label deal that you're giving up the rights to your stuff is only worth $80,000 at the end of the day, you could have been building a relationship with a banker, end up getting $80,000 in a loan.
Yeah.
You pay that loan back, even if they charge you 15% on that loan, which is crazy. The label's going to ask you for the entire loan back, and then most of your money for like however long you're in that deal for 5 is going to be way more than whatever little interest that Chartway or Truist or Bank of America or Federal Credit Union is out there charging you.
Yeah.
And you'll own 100% of your stuff in the end.
Come on, man.
The problem is, before you do that, you have to study how spending the money turns you into a revenue generating artist.
Yeah.
Don't just go get a loan without a plan. So this is the work that not everybody's willing to do, is go figure out, well, how do labels make money right now? How are they making millions of dollars? What steps are they using?
Well, you know, the beneficial thing about that is you have Chat GPT. You know what I'm saying?
He's not lying.
So if you have that question, it is a couple clicks away. Yeah, Chat GPT, they'll break everything, how the record labels is making money and all that stuff. And then you can just take that platform and really turn that into a business model. And boom, you can go to a bank. I've always have this conversation with artists. Artists are constantly asking, what can they do? You know what I'm saying? What can they do? Because it's like, you're an artist, but you found a way to be successful. What can they do? And I tell them every time, have good credit. The strongest thing that an artist can have is good credit. If you have good credit as an artist, then you can go and get credit lines. You can go and get loans. You don't have to get a loan. You can get a credit line.
That's a
you
fact.
got a business, you got good credit. You go out there, you start you an LLC, you apply, you get you a business account, you apply for some type of credit from someone, and if you got good credit, somebody gonna give you something.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna give you something, and now you have that credit. That credit for your business is basically liquid cash. You could go to that and say they give you 20,000. You could go and take 8,000 out in cash and do something in cash with it. These are the most beneficial things that you can. And then once you do it like that, the best thing about it is once you do it like that, then when the record label come at you, they gotta come at you with some real conversation about numbers, because they have to buy out the previous company that owns you, which is you.
And if your company isn't making any money for you, then you are likely to take whatever they offer you. If you figured out how to make some money for you, then you at least have a starting point of what this is worth. You at least have something that you can build a logical argument backed by real data. Is people will stop themselves from making a lot of money because they are scared to make a little bit of money.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, man, artists got to learn how to pitch themselves as pre-revenue. You know what I'm saying? We got to find ways to be able to pitch ourselves as pre-revenue. If we pitch ourselves as pre-revenue, people would think they're going to get a fat lump sum of money at one big time because you're pitching yourself as pre-revenue. So you're really all about selling some type of shares or bringing in some type of investors when they come to that. So it's pre-revenue. So they're putting money behind you. They're going to put money behind the project, but you will have to show that you can deliver some type of revenue to come in. But that will make you pre-revenue, and with pre-revenue, you can get a little more money because they can't even judge that.
People raise money on pre-revenue ideas, on pre-revenue companies. I've raised money on a pre-revenue company before. It's a real thing. I mean, you have to learn a language and get in a lot of reps, but it is definitely within your realm of possibility right now.
Fantastic, my boy. So, all right, we're gonna slide in a second, but I do got one more question for my man. All right, so with you in your career and all of this when it comes to what Bryan is doing, how can we sum that up and pitch that?
So the way that I would sum up what we're doing right now, what we're doing with the business,
what you are doing with Bryan Owens Corporation, because the Bryan Owens Corporation has so many different different departments that you're working in, but this is all culminating for something.
Okay, so to sum it up, I would say that Bryan Corp has been laser focused on impact.
Ooh.
Impact is that core thing that drives all the decision making, whether it was going to London with a bunch of 757 R&B artists, whether it was doing shows in Tokyo as an artist myself, whether it's working with Black Brand and helping the 757 build their economic base through entrepreneurship so we can see better communities, whether it's been like some of the volunteer work that I've done in the past. Shout out to everybody that I've met through volunteerism. And even just through like helping people outside of any organization, outside of any company, it's all been impact. So because the core of that is impact, I would say in the future, you can expect more and greater impacts. Hopefully, you won't have to ask me what I'm doing because you'll see it.
Well, I mean, that said it all right there. You know what I'm saying? Sum it up. Impact. And I can even see that on the Book of Bryan. The Book of Bryan.
Impacts. Bold letters.
You know what I'm saying? Fantastic, man. Well, Bryan, man, thank you for coming down and having a seat with us, man. And again, July 11th, Coffee and Connect right here. Relax, pull up, 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk. Pull up. You're going to get some fantastic information. You saw how much information you just got, and he by himself. It ain't even all the other resources and stuff like that aren't even around. So you really want to be a part of that, man.
If you're thinking right now, like, oh, my business isn't developed, my idea isn't developed enough for me to come to that Coffee Connect, you are one of the people that we want to see at that Coffee Connect.
Perfect for you.
Also, if you're thinking like, oh, I'm already actually doing millions a year, like I can't take resources from the folks who need it. No, actually, we have resources that are specifically for you. So whether you have something that's undeveloped or you have a well-oiled machine, we have something for you. Everybody can use some growth. July 11th, Relax. What's the address again?
114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk. We in Kent.
I'll see you here. Join us for a cup of coffee.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you for coming by, my boy. Man, love you, man. You damn what you doing for VA, man. Look, this stuff couldn't happen without you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? This art industry couldn't happen without you. You paved the way. You were out there. You were doing the performance. You were actually getting shows in places that the rest of us won't get in shows. That you were in the beach. You were showing people that they can be able to enjoy our music and enjoy our crowd and enjoy our fun. And we really appreciate the legwork that you and your boy, you and Tune and them put in back in the day as well. Tune still grinding out here, steady grinding out here.
Tune is one of the hardest workers in the 757. Shout out to Ronan.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And we really appreciate you boys, man. Thank you.
Coming from a businessman of your caliber and an artist of your talent, that means a lot. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, my boy. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is the I'm So Great podcast, man. We going to wrap it up. I was just here with Bryan Owens with Black Brand. Y'all need to reach out to blackbrand.biz. Black Brand, they have so many different resources you can come through, and you'll be able to if you could just pull up and just have some conversations with people, because a lot of us, we get, especially in business, we get a little scared, we get a little intimidated, and we feel like everybody is so far ahead of us, they're not going to understand where we're at. I'm telling you, this is the perfect place for you to be. And if you want somebody that look like you to have a conversation with you about helping you build in a community of you, this is the perfect place to be. Make sure you reach out, blackbrand.biz. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my man, Bryan Owens. And you know how we do here at Relax, my man. We out.